Hey guys, as you can see, I put myself down here because I don't know if you guys have seen me in forever. I hope your spring break went well. The first thing we're going to start with is we're going to be redoing the Charles DeMuth project on the computer. Okay, so I just wanted to kind of like touch base with you on that. That's why I kind of put myself into the video too, so I could, be able to, you guys can see me in that instance. So for the Charles DeMuth reboot, what we're going to do is you're going to have to do the number 5 times. Okay. You need to have some sort of texture or design in there, whether it's through the paintbrush, whether it's through blending modes or adding pictures, layers, something like that. And the numbers should also, like we did in the first one, go from big to small somewhere. And you need to incorporate 3 lines. Okay. Those are the major things. I will put them in Google Classroom for you as well so that you know what to do. Okay. So in the meantime, I'm going to X out of my little picture. So you don't have me anymore and you just have my screencast, okay? Okay, so let's get started. You're gonna go to File, New, all right? Just like we did before. And you can name it up here, Charles DeMuth. Okay, if you haven't seen that, it's right here, my little red arrow. You can change it to inches to check your size, and you can change your DPI if you want. I'm gonna do mine to 300 for this. And then I'm gonna do 15 width, 10 height. Actually, no, let's reverse that. 10 width, 15 height. I'm gonna do mine vertical. Hit create, and then it should load. Perfect. Now, you know how I am about my locks. I always take my lock off my background. If I want to have a transparent one, I could by just making a new layer here and getting rid of that by hitting the delete key. It's up to you. So I'm going to pick my number first, and what I'll do is I'll go to the text box. Okay, so the T is here. I'm going to look at my fonts. Now, you have a lot more fonts. Honestly, there's probably more fonts than on Photoshop. Okay, so before you do that, though, you want to drag a text box and type your number. So number 5 is my lucky number, so I'm going to type that in. Okay, 5. I'm going to change my size first so that you can see it, because otherwise you're not going to be able to see it. And my thing is loading. I know my computer's been a little finicky today because I've been doing a bunch of videos, so I'm just going to quickly fix that. Coming in. All right, there we go. I'm doing so many videos to get ready for the second, or fourth quarter, the second half of your class, essentially. All right, so now it'll work. Let's type my number 5. There we go. Okay. I would suggest making your size bigger before you get started. And you can actually make it bigger than 150. Like say I want it to be 300. I just click on that, hit enter, and it should increase. If I want it to be 400, same thing. Like you can see it come up in a little bit. I'm actually going to go up to 800 for now. And then I can resize if I want to. And like I said, you can change your fonts. There's all the previews here. So depending on what kind of style you want for your number, you can change the font on it. Okay. So say I like that one, I could change that. If not, I kind of like this Distant Galaxy one that reminds me of Star Wars a little bit. Let's say, yeah, let's do that. Okay, so now I'm gonna have my number 5. While you're on that text as well, you can change your color. So say I want it to be, I'm gonna go with my favorite color. If I can get my teal in here, I like my teals more blue. Okay, perfect. So now I have my number, and hopefully it'll change the color for me. I wasn't paying attention to that. Sorry, guys, it's my bad. Make sure you do it on the top browser. I know I'm still adjusting to a few things, coming back and forth. Okay, perfect. So I have that. I have my 5. Now I'm going to come in with my back layer, and I'm going to change this now and make it a different shade of teal. And you can use the gradient tool if you want to do your background. So maybe I'll add an extra color in here to give it a little bit more of a fade. Maybe I'll pull this teal out and then make this just a smidge darker so I have more of a fade of my colors. Right? Okay, hit OK. And then in my layer 1, I'm going to drag across. Oh no, why is my font dictionary coming up? Don't mind me. Okay, have my layer box there. Okay, now for my next layer, say I want to do something interesting with it, like maybe do a different color. Okay, I can change it, the paint bucket tool. I can change my color again if I want to. Click on this, do a different color of green. Put that on this layer, see what happens. And then I can also change my opacity to it so it's got a different look to it. I can change the color burn. You can play around with the blending modes again to give it more of an effect. Okay, so I'm actually going to really quick resize this. I'm going to do my free transform. Remember, that's going to be Alt-Control-T. Okay, and then if you hold Shift, it'll keep it even. So I'm going to do my 5 nice and big. And then to get it to have the different options basically with it, if you want to make like a drop shadow, you're going to go to layer style, blending options. Okay, and like say I want to bevel and emboss it and make it stand out, I could do that here. And I'm just dragging this so you can see it a little bit better. You can see that it gets depth in it. Maybe I want to give a stroke to it. That's up to you. Okay, I'm just going to stick with bevel and emboss so that I don't make my computer crash with everything that is going on right now. Okay, so I have that effect in there, and I have my first 5. Now, I'm just going to show you the basics. You can also, if you want, like say you want to copy that layer and then just make it smaller, you can go to layer, duplicate layer, or also it should be Control J on your computer. And if you click that, it should give you a copy, and then your copy you just drag off. And then using that edit free transform, you can hold shift and resize. Okay, so that's your option too to do with that. And then you can change the colors if you want. You could put them going back in a direction. Like maybe you want to all overlap them and make them look very interesting. That's up to you. For your line tool, if you look down here where the shape tool is, you should have an option for a line. You click on the line, it'll fill it in. So just pay attention to your color, pay attention to the width of it and the stroke. Okay, so I have this. I'm going to draw my line across, and it should create a completely new layer for me, my shape right here. If I click off of it, my line's there. Okay, when you're doing this each time, it will, and you can change, like I said, the width. Like say I want it to be a thicker line, hit 10. Anytime you click off, it'll create that second shape or second line for you, and the line tool is down here. All right, so those are some of your options. The last thing I want to show you on layer 3, let me find my brush tool. Okay, I know they don't have as many options on here, but you can play around with the different textures that are on the brushes. My little brackets make the size bigger. I don't know if you see my number kind of up here playing, like changing. So maybe I want to pick a different color that's not one we're using currently. And maybe I have to go a little lighter probably to get this to kind of come out. And I've got to get my buttons to stop popping up. Let's do darker actually. Okay, so I'm going to come in. Now you can start to see it. I'm going to make it a lot bigger. And this is on its own layer, so keep that in mind. Okay, just clicking, and then let's see what else do I have that looks kind of cool. And sometimes if you look down, there might be new ones on there. It just depends on the update. Okay, and then I can also play with the blending options here. If I want to do like a linear dodge, it might come through differently each time. It's up to you on how you want to manipulate it and get your texture for your background. Once you're done though, you're just going to remember hit file, save as a PSD or export it as a JPEG. All I'm going to do right now is export it as a JPEG. Okay, making sure that my pixels or my percentage is correct. Oops, if I can get that to click. And it's correct, so I hit save, and it should save. And then you can upload it. All right, if you guys have questions, let me know. Miss you. Good luck with this 4th quarter. Let me know if you have any questions. All right, bye guys.